Hey everybody, welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda, and I'm here with my brother Eric.
How you guys doing? We are here with Season 5, the actual end of Season 5, over our next two episodes as we cover episodes 21 and 22 today, and then our wrap-up with the Vegas episodes in 23 and 24 for our podcast later this week. So we are closing out Season 5, which has been a fun season.
It really has been. I know. We were both talking last week about how much we've loved Season 5, so I'm a little bit sad for it to come to a close, but I also find it hilarious where things roll right into Season 6. Eric, I know that you're not always a big fan of when the friends are not at home on the homestead, on the home front in New York City, in the apartments.
True.
Which I also really enjoy, when all the friends are in one, in one of the apartments. But that being said, I think I am maybe a little bit more of a fan of, especially the ones that are coming up in later in the week when they're in Vegas, maybe more so than you are.
I will continue to go on record saying that. I just feel like at some point, the apartments, the boys' apartment, the girls' apartment, Central Perk, they become like characters of the show. And
absolutely.
When you're not in those places, it just feels like something is missing. Or they just don't seem to deliver to the same level. Like I think some of the funnier stories are like smaller things that could happen to anybody type stories, I feel like.
Sure. And
the pivot episode that everybody loves so much is literally moving furniture. That's what that is.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Vegas vacation is not something that everybody experiences, and maybe that's part of it. But it's something that there's just something lacking with you not being at the coffee shop or at the apartments. It just feels off. And so all of these episodes, now we don't have any of those today. We'll have them later in the week. Yeah. But there is something about that, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I guess, the thing is, I also appreciate the fact that this is a 10-season series. Like, they've got to get out and mix up the scenery a little bit. I feel like otherwise it might have gone a little bit stale, right? And have an excuse to go out.
No, I don't disagree. I'm okay with the fact that they did them. That's fine with me. Like, you don't have to do every single episode in the exact same setting, but I do think there is just something missing when they go out of town. There are some that are better than others, but that goes with all episodes, I suppose.
Yeah, but we'll get there because today we do have episodes where they are still in the apartments.
They're still in New York, but they are leaving.
Yes, but they are leaving. The plan will be hatched. But reminding everyone where we left things off last week, we had Ross attempting to flirt. We had Joey's nanny visiting to watch his new show, except Joey found out he was no longer in it. We had Rachel losing Monica's earring. We also had the guys going on a ride-along with Gary, and Ross he was finding a new respect for life when he thought he got shot at, except it was just a car backfiring. We also had Monica and Rachel accidentally deleting Ross's voicemail from Emily when she was about to get married again. And Rachel ended up telling him about it, though, but also encouraging him not to call her back, which he did not in the end.
Well, and in today, we've got Friends Season 5, Episode 21. This is The One with the Ball. And in The One with the Ball, Joey and Ross are throwing a ball back and forth in the apartment.
Yes.
And slowly but surely, they add more to the throwing game. But meanwhile, Rachel gets a weird cat that she names Mrs. Whiskerson. And also, we get to the end of the Gary storyline as Phoebe moves in with Gary, and then that is over.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Chandler put it just like that. Well, I guess that's done. Or that's over now.
That is over.
Yeah.
Oh, that is over.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that was the exact line. I know that, which I really enjoyed them together, but this ended things quite abruptly because Gary, well, we'll just get right into it. This is where they, initially we had Gary confiding in Monica. Also, this opening scene, come on, Monica, even for you, this is insane. Gary's confiding in Monica about, how he wants Phoebe to move in with him. And worst person to tell ever, Gary, because she literally in the next sentence to Phoebe, because he wanted to obviously tell her himself. And hey, don't tell her I'm going to be doing this. I want to let her know myself and ask her, she just spills the beans all over the place. And
I mean, she barely had the beans.
It was
They
insane.
just dropped right on the, she could not have given up that information faster, which is funny.
It was funny.
But it is very against Monica character, I feel like. Or of all of them, I mean, Monica kept that secret with Chandler for months.
Well, that was her secret, I guess, right? Like
secret.
This was like she wanted to be.
I mean,
she was so excited, I think, for her that she just wanted to be the one to tell her. I think that's
maybe it's not as against character as I feel because it's not so much her giving up the secret. It is more her wanting people to find their forever person, which is all that she wants to do.
Yes.
And so she's just trying to expedite that
That's true.
for Phoebe.
This almost makes me think of when she was pushing Ross to go see Emily at the airport, right? When she wanted him to live out her dream of being with an international person. And that whole thing
it's the same idea.
But I also love that Chandler just freaking out about this news about Gary wanting Phoebe to move in because guess what? They've been together for longer and he is so not ready. And also Gary's response to when Chandler is then assigned to make him change his mind from Phoebe. Phoebe is asking him to do this. And Gary's like, "Oh no, you guys aren't ready yet." I always love that line. He's like, "No, you guys aren't there. We're ready, but not you."
Yeah, you're right about that. Chandler, I find that scene very interesting because if you're Gary, how often does Chandler by himself show up at the police station? Is that 0 times? It feels like 0 times. On the day that you tell Monica, and now Chandler is showing up at your work with that information in hand. Do you really think Phoebe doesn't know yet?
I know.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
I know. Well, and Gary picks up on that pretty quick. But
I think he does. He doesn't say it, but he doesn't try to do this big, long gesture of a surprise. He just gets right into it at the coffee shop. And I'm sure he's thought that through. Or at least I would hope so. Because it does, Chandler does not seem like he didn't even want to really go on the ride along. He doesn't seem like the person who wants to hang out at the police station.
I know. Phoebe's response to Chandler when he fails at his job, though, is so hilarious to me. It's one of the funniest parts of this episode. But she's like, "Well, you are useless. Freaking out about commitment is the one thing you can do. The one thing. You can't even do that right." He's like, "If he asked me, I'd move in with him." Get out of here.
That's when Gary walks in. Get out of here. Good for nothing.
Yes.
It's this makes me a little upset. Not upset. Sad. Disappointed. Because I would have loved to see Gary hang around for more episodes. But I think they knew it wasn't going to go longer.
Yeah.
And you're going to bring him to Vegas? You're not going to bring him to Vegas. Yeah. So, and you're not going to just cut him out for 3 episodes and bring him back next season.
Right.
So you could have, but
they could have explained that away. I feel like he's on the job,
but they're not gonna.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
okay. I feel like there are, and I don't know this, I'm not an actor, but I feel like there are things written into contracts where like you're then crossing into a new season, so that's a different entity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like guest stars seem to wrap at the season wrap on Friends.
Yeah. Yeah, although I hate, like we brought up Hank Azaria, who plays David, and he kind of like pops up like in the beginning, and then he like pops up. I feel like he actually was one that kind of had like scenes that were spread out across the series more so, unless we're thinking about Janice, obviously, and actually Giovanni Ribisi too.
No, there are a number. Okay,
Yeah.
there are a number of people that
Side
interact,
characters.
like the Geller parents and whatnot, come in and out and in and out.
I guess I was thinking
right?
of a significant other, but yeah.
Right,
Initially when
but
I said that, yeah.
that's the thing though. As far as anybody that any of them are dating,
Right. They're
They
either
all
there
wrap.
or not.
and then they're not there for the next season. The only one that like makes a comeback, not including Janice, is
David.
is David.
Yeah.
And he was only in the one episode in the first one,
Yep.
and he will only be in a couple
Yeah, as
more.
we established. Yeah, I know. I was actually kind of, when I saw, I think it was like 5 episodes that we ended up tracking down, but most of them are later on.
Yeah, they're
And-
all towards the end.
And I was like, oh yeah, because in my mind I thought that he was in more earlier, but yeah, it's yeah, but either way, also one of my favorite scenes with this storyline with Phoebe is that when he's like interrogating her about the apartments, and she's
Yes.
like, you checked the post?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah. Really great.
All of that interrogation scene is great.
Yes.
I love that scene. It's my favorite part of this episode, for sure. And
Yeah.
so I guess it's something about the fact that Phoebe also implies that she's been in there before. I always wanted to see what was on the other side of that mirror, or he's always wanted to do that. And it's one of those things where you go, yeah, how many times has Phoebe been in here?
Well,
What has Phoebe done to get in here before? And you never really know.
when he ran her background check, remember, he was like, yeah, you've been into some pretty weird stuff. And she's like, yeah, let's talk about that later.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's always implied that she's done some things,
Yeah.
but nobody ever knows what they are. And I do love that scene. I will say this whole process, though, I always feel like it takes more than one episode, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
The idea of, okay, I'm going to ask her to move in. She says, no, I don't want to move in. Then flips it. Yeah, we'll move in.
Right.
And then she's she's interrogated. He says if it's too soon, you don't have to. And then she's like, no, I really do want to, actually. And then they are moved in. And then break
in.
up. All in the same episode.
It's wild. And actually, what stood out to me, Eric, it's funny you brought that up, because I'm like, all I could think about this time around watching it was all of this happened while the ball game is going on.
Yes. I do have timestamps on the ball game too, by the way. Just so we
They're broken up, and she is back home before the ball game is over because she's the one who ends it. It's like, what happened here? This came apart so fast. And listen, I get it. I loved his line. It was very sweet about, listen, everything I know about you, I love, and the things that I don't know about you, we'll just learn while we live together. And it's like great in concept.
Just to be clear,
or in
we don't get a time check on when Gary tells Monica that he's going to ask Phoebe. But let's just say
it must have been like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Let's just say
I don't know.
Let's just say that's like 9 a.m. in the morning. Okay? Mm-hmm. It is less than one calendar day until Phoebe puts the ball on the table. all of this has happened in one, including actually moving in.
Like, what did Phoebe? She must have. Listen, this is my theory: is that she must have physically moved there with like her bag and just said, "I'm gonna like get my stuff later.
Has to.
Like,
Has
I'm gonna start living there with you." But like,
she was just there, but none of her things were there.
I think that's true, because we didn't even get the whole like, hey, like Ross's situation where he's having to, you know, get a new apartment and all that stuff. Like, she just moves back
I don't
home,
think this is like their new apartment either. Like, they didn't go get an apartment in Brooklyn Heights.
No, she just moved in with him.
She was just at his place.
I think so.
I
think that.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they just agreed we're gonna live together, and then she probably just stayed over his place.
Yes. So
then,
that takes out the then idea of she actually moved in with him, because that doesn't make any sense for this timeline. But I always interpreted it that way. You know, like watching it over and over. Like, I feel like that's how I viewed it.
You're so right. It's like, yeah.
Because
and I guess maybe I also wasn't paying as close of attention to like, wow, this all happened in the course of one day. I think I just was, I don't know.
Well, to be honest,
it's like, Gary,
the timeline is
you're a New York City police officer, and you are shooting a gun out your window in Manhattan. Are you kidding me right now?
It was a different time.
Oh my God. This is insane. Like, he's just casually at home. I mean, although we do know the little that we know about Gary, we know that he randomly shot himself, I think, right? Isn't that what Phoebe had said?
That was said. Something along the lines of like a gun discharged and he got hurt, but it was his gun. Something along those lines. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, are they in Manhattan? I think they have to be. They have to be in the city. They're in city limits. It's not like Gary lives upstate.
It's true. We don't technically know where Gary lives, but it's not far.
Well,
she was also able to get back home.
He lives in a space enough that there are birds chirping outside his window. And I feel like that's not so much of a in the middle of the city thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he lives in Brooklyn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a little farther away. Still.
Yeah. That I can buy. But man, that's a crazy scene, and yeah, poor Phoebe. I just feel bad for Phoebe here, because we know that this is the first real committed relationship that she has, and as we get into more when she ends up getting together with Mike.
Well, and I think too, the other side of this might be, and maybe I'm wrong here, but they might be looking at this going, okay, well, we've got Chandler and Monica tied up here together. This is going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do Monica's crazy dating stories anymore. We have to do something else. And so suddenly we're paying attention to Phoebe's dating life, which has never been a thing for 5 seasons. No one's cared who she's dated, because it's always been one-off, random, or we never even know. But now we're going to get this shift into paying more attention to who Phoebe's dating. And I think largely that's because we're not going to worry about who Monica's dating.
Yeah, I think also maybe they were like, well, we want to have her sort of like with Chandler. And as they're just getting older in the show is now halfway through, they wanted to maybe show more depth to some of her relationships. Similarly with like Joey, where it's like he's now interested in exploring, hey, maybe someone's out there who I don't just want to be hooking up with. I want to explore more than that. As he,
yeah, well, you let me know when that happens.
He had that dream. Well, yeah, but the desire is there, right?
We have one episode where he was concerned about that. We'll see how it breaks out.
All right, that's fair.
Well, anyway, we also have the ball throwing going on in this episode, which overlays with Mrs. Whiskerson.
Yes.
And essentially, Joey and Ross are throwing the ball, and for time check, and this is why I was like able to piece some of this together, they say it's lunch when they start. And they have been throwing for an hour. Like, Joey missed lunch.
My pants are a little loose.
That's right. So let's say that's roughly noonish. You know, maybe early afternoon. By the time the ball gets put down, they go, Phoebe, it's 6 a.m. What are you doing here? So we have from lunch to 6 a.m. The coffee shop scene was before that, so it must be earlier, late morning type coffee shop scene. That's all we got for time. But Joey and Ross are throwing that ball for the better part of 18 hours.
There's a lot going on with these guys, apparently.
There's a lot of time to throw this ball.
But then the rest of them, because I mean, everyone is really looped into this, except for Rachel and Phoebe. Rachel's around, but she's not participating.
Rachel's not really participating. I always kind of assumed she was participating in the window of time that we didn't see her participate, which is kind of funny. Like, we never actually see her get involved.
Monica wouldn't allow that.
Well, listen, they got Chandler in the game. But I mean, after she sells the cat and comes back to the apartment, there's like still another 6 hours of time, and she's still hanging out with them. I guess I assume that she was involved with the ball throwing at some point in time. Maybe she wasn't. We never actually see it. We never see it. So.
I think she's too busy trying to... Well, and also the timeline for Rachel getting a cat for... What was it, $1,000?
Yes, buying it for $1,000.
Buying a hairless cat. I mean, not that plays into it. That just makes it funnier.
She is a purebred, show-quality Sphinx cat.
Yes.
For $1,000 that she named Mrs. Whiskerson. What am I going to name him? Fluffy? Can't.
Oh, no. And the oven mitts. So she buys this cat, is getting scratched to hell by this thing, and then decides to offload it onto Gunther, and she makes a profit because she sells it to him for like $1,500, because who else is going to buy this thing for Rachel but Gunther? And what is this thing, a snake or something?
Yeah, what is this, a snake? That's a great line from Gunther.
And all of this also happens just within this 18-hour period, which is insane. I actually feel kind of bad for this cat. But
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel, did you really need to be hanging out? Like, maybe just let it chill for a little while. Like, maybe it was scratching you like that because you were, I don't know what she was doing that made this thing scratch her and hiss like that. Because then she was also out on the street trying to sell it to people. Yep. So this timeline is a little wild. She
had to have had the cat for like
3 hours.
3 to 4 hours. And then decided, I got to sell this thing.
This is someone who should not be owning animals. I'm just saying.
Seems
that's really bad.
Reasonable idea.
Don't do this, people. If you're not ready to make a commitment, please do not get an animal. This is
don't buy a cat for $1,000. That seems insane.
No, there's plenty of cats that need homes. This is bad, Rachel. This does not help us like Rachel here. This is not good.
No.
But
it doesn't like help me. It doesn't like dissuade me from liking Rachel.
Yeah.
But it doesn't like do anything for her character either.
Yeah.
I will say that the one thing that comes of this episode, for me, all the time in our house. My name is Eric. My wife's name is Tina, but we are Team Monica all the time. Like, we are go Team Monica. Whenever there's anything exciting happening, we are rallied up. My kids are like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, we are Team Monica. And the guys are like, who made you captain? Like, well, she's Team Monica. You don't want to claim it? Don't be it. But I love it. Go Team Monica. Let's go.
What does she say? We could workshop that later.
Yeah, no, I think it works. Okay. Episode 22 of Season 5, The One with Joey's Big Break, where Rachel's got an itchy eye, and she has to see the eye doctor, and Phoebe hates Ross, but can't remember why. And Betsy's been dead for 10 years, as Joey gets a big break on a movie out in Vegas. Which, by the way, we did a lot of math, or I did a lot of math here. He said he was going to make 1 penny per dollar for what this movie made. And then he said he's going to be a millionaire. Okay? The math says that in order for that to happen, he needs the movie needs to make $100 million. It needs to be like, this movie has to be like Endgame.
Man.
Like, it's going to have to be that type of movie.
Joey's
Otherwise,
in
if
Titanic.
if the movie made $1 million, he would get $10,000.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to make you a millionaire here, pal.
Well, and not only is it not going to make money because they don't even have the money to make the movie itself.
You'd think you'd want to know that. You'd think you'd want to know that before you drove all the way out to Vegas.
Wow. He is just so excited by the idea of being in a movie, obviously, and very excited, I think, of having to travel and be, somewhere else off location to be filming this. But yeah, not thinking this whole thing through at all.
No, and I find it very interesting. Like, there's no scenario that, now I'm not an actor, but I can't see myself going out for a job somewhere, driving across the country for a job, being told, hey, we don't have any money to actually do that. We can't pay you. But if you could just hang out here for a little while, and then going and getting another job while you're waiting for that job. Like, I mean, I think I would just have packed up and drove home.
I think more than anything, it's about his embarrassment at that point, because
of course
he was talking to Chandler, talking this up about how this is his big break, and Chandler didn't believe in him, and so he kicked him out of the car, which is also insane. This is your best friend, and you're kicking him out on the Brooklyn Bridge.
On the bridge. Like, crazy.
That is nuts. Like, that's something that you wouldn't do to your worst enemy. I mean, wow. Okay, maybe your worst enemy, but this is nuts. This is nuts. Like, I wouldn't have blamed Chandler if he was a little bit mad at Joey for doing that move. I don't know. It's a little bit crazy, but I agree. I think that the only justification here for him even staying in Vegas at all is because he just doesn't want to be coming home and have Chandler be proven right.
Listen, it's a plot device to get the rest of the gang to go out to Vegas. Exactly. That's what this is.
That's all it is.
That's all this is. Because then as soon as he gets there, he doesn't need his job anymore because he's moving on in another direction. So, like, this whole idea of him then working in the casino seems so bizarre. It just, I don't know, something about it. It doesn't seem to add up. There's something missing here, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's just something missing. Also, I thought, and you can watch it back, the guy that comes and hands Joey the balloons.
Yeah.
I swear, it sounded like Trigger. It's not.
Oh,
it's not.
His voice.
But like because he speaks to Joey with his back to the camera, and both my wife and I were like, rewind that. Was that Trigger? Did he just do it? And you see him coming. It's clearly not, but it sounds just like him.
It's Trigger's.
I'll never be able to hear it another way at this point. Like that's all I'm going to hear now.
All right.
But anyway,
I appreciate the line from Phoebe where Chandler agrees to go on the road trip to Vegas with Joey, and Phoebe just goes, "Hey, my grandmother's dead."
There you go.
Okay, Phoebe. That's
we
something.
could talk about that too.
Yeah, you can use my cab, essentially, which then Joey discovers her grandmother is still in the cab.
That's
box.
a little weird. That's a little weird.
I mean, hey, I guess she didn't want to leave that cab. She loved that cab, and yeah.
She stays in the cab forever.
And she's having a good time, apparently.
There you go. Well. Now, we also we'll connect this to the Phoebe hates Ross storyline.
Yes.
Because we get this little game that they're playing throughout this episode where it's I'm going to say two options and you have to name one real quick. Like, that's how they figured out which path Joey was going to take, the north route or south route. And, I mean, this seems so bizarre, but it's a Phoebe storyline, so I think it works. Where Phoebe just hates Ross the whole time and cannot remember why until she figures that they play the game and she's like, well, you said I was boring. Oh, right. Well, you took off your energy shield and and I'm like, what are we doing here? So now Ross is all mad because Phoebe's been mad at him for weeks, seemingly weeks. And it is a dream.
That time we were on the frozen lake and we were playing chess and I was boring you. So then you took off your energy mask and you're Cameron Diaz. There's a chance this was a dream.
Feels like
you said
because they were playing
you
chess.
said I was boring, and that's what it was. It was the fact that he said that she was boring that was the real issue there. But I really appreciate the line earlier in the scene where he's saying, "Oh no," she's saying to him, "Well, if you don't know, then I can't help you. I don't, then I can't help you."
That's
Bye,
it.
Fat ass.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard that.
Yeah. I mean,
it's silly, but I like it.
It's a silly storyline. No more silly than the Rachel one, though, to be honest with you. Like, the Rachel storyline is also kind of bizarre, and I'd also like to know where this new eye doctor came from.
Yeah. Where?
And also, Rachel's like, well, I don't want to see Richard. It's like, not Richard. First of all, we've already established it's not Richard. It's Richard's son who owns the practice now.
Right.
So why isn't it younger Richard? Well, it's not him either. We've got him to this next guy.
Yeah.
What is happening here?
Yeah. Well, I think they just went to a totally different practice is what this is. Because
I probably would if I was Monica.
Yeah, exactly. That just makes sense at this point. But
I
yeah,
might
the
go
whole
out of
Rachel
state.
with the scratch on her eye storyline was just kind of silly, but also funny. I mean, where they're trying to get the drops in her eye, I do just appreciate the closing scene on that, where they literally have to like all sneak attack Rachel to get the drops in.
It's like, hey, can you pass me that magazine or mug or whatever it was?
Yeah.
She leans forward and they just like gang tackle her to the ground to get drops in. We'll see you in 4 hours. That was fun. That's probably the only part of that storyline that I really resonate with.
Yeah.
I think the idea of going to the eye doctor and having him say things like, you know, oh, well, I'll just see you in 6 months. And she's like, great. Well, I'll fit you for a glass eye. Oh, okay. Give me the drops.
Just give me the drops. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that she couldn't even have the eye, like the air puffed into her eye, I'm like, man, that's pretty. I mean, I think this is a real phobia. Like, there are a lot of people out there that have real issues with eye stuff, but I don't know. I can't relate to that part of it really myself.
I can't either. I don't go to the eye doctor very often, but I haven't had an issue when I have gone there. So I do like Monica being very Monica in this scene, where she like reads the letters off the eye chart and then he's like, you know where they are, and then it can go get a lollipop and you don't get one.
And you don't get one. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, listen, you guys have all heard me say how great some of these episodes are. I'm not about to say that about Joey's Big Break.
Yeah, I just felt like, I mean, this was just to get us to the to the finale episode.
This is
the last two.
Straight up a transition.
Yeah, it's really all it was. There really wasn't much development otherwise. I mean, I feel like more than anything, I like the random interactions between Phoebe and Ross. I just find that funny. But
yeah, the development, the storyline development is Joey goes to Vegas, kicks Chandler out, and Chandler is then trying to get on the phone with him to apologize.
Yeah.
But outside of that, there's not a whole lot here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always found it really sad at the end where Joey's just left with the balloons just standing there. It's like, Joey,
I always thought that was the end of the episode too. Yeah. It actually threw me when it wasn't the end of the episode. Like, I always thought that the shot of him with the balloons was the end, but there was more. There was more to this episode afterwards. Like, they tied up some other storylines in which I went, why is this not the end of the episode? Like, that scene, the camera shot with Joey and the balloons should pan back and credits. Like, that's how that should be.
And then is it the eye drops, and then after that, we see Joey working at the casino greeting people as, like, the Roman gladiator showman?
Because, we see him...
That's how it ends, with him at the casino, I believe. Or no, maybe it's Rachel with the drops. Oh, gosh.
I think Rachel with the drops is like the sign-off at the very end.
Oh, that's the final
but
tag.
We do see Joey at the casino, like taking a picture, and I think we even get him on the phone with Monica at one point. So the balloon holding is really like middle episode.
Right. That's right, because that's when he's trying. Then he's saying like, "Don't come out here." Or no, maybe that's the next episode. Oh gosh, sorry guys.
No, so the whole "don't come out here"
next
thing
episode
is when he actually talks to Chandler and tells him not to come out.
Yes.
That's the next episode.
Okay.
This one is more Joey talking with Monica and Phoebe.
Yeah.
And then hanging up before he must have run out of change.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's this episode, because it's kind of a nothing burger. I feel like these last 3 episodes all kind of, in my mind, blend together.
Well, because
it's all about
the whole idea, like the Chandler not being able to talk to Joey on the phone is present in this episode and also the next one.
Yeah.
So everything kind of blends here between these two. But I guess I always thought that shot with Joey holding onto the balloons would be the episode ender. And it really isn't. It's like the middle episode, but it feels like the end.
Totally does. Completely agree.
Well, now we're going to jump into our IMDb ratings segment of this episode. And I'm going to be honest with you, Amanda. I have not done my ratings yet. I've been holding back, trying to figure out, maybe I'll adjust them a little bit after our conversations here. But we do have also our favorite characters and our least favorite characters that we're going to talk about. And we're going to stack up our ratings versus the IMDb ratings. So I'm going to let you take the floor here.
I will.
While I jot down my ratings and my favorite people and my least favorite people. Go for it.
So, mine... my ratings are very different for these episodes. I really enjoyed the one with the ball. I really enjoy the I don't know, just something about the whole, I guess we didn't really, obviously we talked about it, but there's just all these, there's all these like nuances with the ball throwing and all these little lines that are just so funny between all the friends, like Chandler bobbling it. He's a dropper. And like, just.
Well, and it's gut check time.
It's gut check time.
And like, let's go Team Monica. And Phoebe puts the ball down and the whole, Phoebe can't drop the ball. She's not an official ball, like, player person or whatever it was that she said.
Yes.
Like, there are lots of little jokes in the ball throwing.
Yes.
And that's why I said at the beginning of the episode, beginning of our episode here today, I said, I like when the friends are doing things that like everybody does.
Yes.
Tossing a ball around is something that everybody has done.
It somehow works. It's like
It
it's
absolutely
all about
works,
not
'cause-
dropping the ball. We've all kind of played this game at some level, and
Yeah.
and also like when Joey has to use the bathroom, and Ross is just like, "Don't switch hands, okay?" Like,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like because they don't want to stop playing, which also begs the question: could they not stop the game? Like they had to keep.
Well,
Like couldn't.
I found that part of it very interesting because at one point, I know we're going backwards with this, but like the idea that Rachel shows up with the cat
Yeah.
and they kind of are like, "What?" And they all stop for a moment and address the cat. And then I think they maybe throw the ball once during the cat section.
Right.
But then they have to continue throwing the ball while Joey's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Seems a little weird.
I know.
Also, when Monica comes in and before she like calls off work to join the ball throwing fiasco, they like speed up the repetition in which they're throwing, and they're throwing so much faster. And I think the idea is, listen, Monica's going to jump in here, and we don't know when that's going to happen, so we just have to give her a lot of opportunities to like jump in. I don't know, but they the rate of throw went way through the roof at that moment.
They don't have a metronome going in the background where they have to keep a very specific pace. They are just keeping this ball from dropping, and they're just keeping the game going. So yeah, I do find it funny. And then I also enjoyed the sequence at the end where Chandler, they have just this sequence of Chandler dropping stuff, which is great.
Oh yes.
Or just the moment where someone
that
just is throwing something at him and it just hits him and falls to the ground. That's great.
But this is again one of those flashbacks that is just a montage of
funny.
Randomness. Like things that are I can't imagine. Like at one point I thought, well, maybe these are outtakes from other episodes, and they're just not.
No.
They're just like random shots of Chandler dropping things.
Yes. So for all of those reasons, plus the whole Phoebe and Gary sequence, which I feel like I talked more at length about, I really like that. I gave that one. So the one with the ball, I gave an.
Do you want to go ratings or do you want to go people?
Oh, I was going right into ratings. You're right. Do you want me to do people first? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do people first.
Usually end on the rating.
I picked Phoebe as my favorite for these two because of the whole moving in and her being mad at Ross was to me the only I shouldn't say the only redeeming quality, but really just I found that to be like the funniest for the second episode there. But
okay.
Yeah, so I picked Phoebe. For that one, really enjoy the interrogation scene as well, and also just how abruptly she ends the game of the ball throwing. And I went with Chandler somehow for my least favorite. I say somehow because I don't think he did anything like offensive here, or just not. I don't know, just wrong. But I feel like we didn't get as many of his normal quips in these episodes. And other than this ball bobbling moment, but he wasn't like as engaged in that part. And then maybe it was also like just how he was with Joey. It's like you couldn't have just gone a lot, like just been supportive. You're there in the car with him. Just say it's his big break. I mean, let's just keep him positive in this moment. He's about to be in a movie. No,
he's not.
Well, okay, Eric.
They don't have any money. But you don't know that. you don't know that at
yet.
the time.
So those were my picks for the characters. How about you?
Okay. I will agree with you on Phoebe.
Okay.
I had Phoebe as my favorite as well. I think it was down to Phoebe or Joey. But Joey with the ball tossing and also going for the big break. But the big break just it makes me sad more for Joey than I'm entertained by watching Joey. Yeah. So then I went with Rachel as my least favorite. And I understand what you're saying about Chandler. But to me, when I'm looking at those two, because that's kind of where it is, right? It's Chandler doesn't have a whole lot going on in these episodes. Rachel has two weird stories. The cat and the eyes. And usually I wouldn't even consider somebody who's got those like significant pieces of the episode at the bottom, but they're both so weird. And Chandler, I at least really like the scene where Chandler goes to talk to Gary at the police station and is like, "Oh, you're right about that. Like, we're not ready." That, and then like, good for nothing. When Phoebe kind of rules him out. So I do have enough things that I like about what Chandler does that I'm going to go with Rachel. I have settled in on my ratings here. Well, so I will agree, by the way, with what you were saying.
Yeah.
The one with the ball is easily the better of the two.
Yeah, we've established that. I mean,
I think that's well been established. I'll be interested to see what the fans say, but
so really quick on the eye scratch thing, though, I will say my favorite moment about that is when we first are opening up that episode and Ross is looking back and forth between Rachel and Joey, because Joey is like winking back at Rachel, thinking that she's like, I don't even know. He thinks she's like making a flirtatious face toward him, and Ross is like, what's going on here? Like, what's happening between you two? And Rachel's like, oh, I just have this thing in my eye. Joey's like, yeah, me too. It's something stuck in my eye. Yeah. Anyway, thought that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, that it's just, I hear what you're saying. That is the best part of that whole sequence. That and the tackle, at the end. Right. The tackle at the end is also good because it's a whole group activity. It's still.
So is this the moment where Joey initially sparks his interest in Rachel?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, that was already done.
Oh, yeah, that's true. When he asked her to be in a relationship.
Literally asked her out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But my ratings. So I gave the one with the ball an 8.7.
Oh, okay.
And I gave the one with Joey's big break. I really do not.
It's hard.
I'm going to be pretty harsh with this one. I'm giving this one a 7.7.
7.7. Okay.
Really and I was kind of back and forth with both of these. The first one I kind of was like 8.8 or 8.7. I don't know. It's I was in high 8s for that one and high 7s for the one with Joey's big break. Either way, so I landed on a 7.7. So
the one with the ball, I would rate as like just a standard, very good Friends everyday episode. Nothing super special, nothing bad. The Whiskerson storyline's a little weird, but it has its moments. I gave that one an 8.5. Just smack dab right down the middle of the 8s.
Yep.
Joey's big break, though, is not going to get an 8 for me. It's lower than that. Now, the thing is, I don't think anybody's like playing off character too much. It's just all like, just all seems either uninteresting or not.
Well, then Joey's stuff is sad, like we were talking about. It's like, this is
it's not funny,
not good,
and it's I don't know. So I actually gave it a 7.8. Oh, so you and I are very similar there. I went 8.5 for the ball. Okay. Joey's big break, 7.8.
Yep. I don't hate it.
And while you were talking, I did look up the people's votes here on IMDb.
Okay.
And they are a lot closer than we are on these. We both notably went higher on one than the other. They gave the one with the ball, which you gave an 8.7, and I gave an 8.5. They gave it an 8.3. Okay. And then the one with Joey's big break, which I gave a 7.8 and you gave a 7.7, they gave that an 8.1, which I think is crazy.
Wow. That is okay. All right.
I understand 8.3 because I don't feel like anything like huge happened. I just think the jokes hit better on the ball.
Yeah.
I like Gary too. So I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But Joey's big break just feels weird It's just a mechanism to get them out to Vegas. But I will be very interested in what people want to rate the Vegas episodes.
Next
and I'm
week,
interested
or
to hear
later
how
on.
you all
Yeah.
think later this week about those Vegas episodes as they come up down the pipeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. Joey's got his big break, and we're out to Vegas. Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check us out on our socials, our Instagram and our TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, we really appreciate all the support you guys have given us so far in building this community. You could check out our full-length podcasts at our website, werunonreruns.com, or also Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your other favorite podcast players. So for Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching the end of Season 5, Episodes 23 and 24, Vegas Part 1, Vegas Part 2, later this week. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.